Hutchinson, Chief Public Health Inspector for Kingston and St. Andrew, and I have responsibility for environmental health. I am the head of environmental health, and that means that I would be required to manage several portfolios or specialist areas and ensure that all the public health regulations are being met, and the duties and responsibilities of the public health inspectors are carried out in the areas of food safety and protection, institutional health, occupational safety and health, water quality management, wastewater management, and also in the area of vector control. Open burning is definitely a concern for the department. It is a concern because it has the potential to affect human health and the environment. It is indeed a challenge though, because there is a culture of burning in Jamaica. A lot of persons are of the view that once they seep up their yards, then they should burn. Once they mow the lawn or cut the grass, then they should burn. And they burn for a variety of other reasons. So it is definitely a challenge and an area of concern for us. I must say though that the culture of burning, to a certain extent, might restrict the complaints that we get about that particular issue, and so you will find that it is not one that is frequently addressed. For the year 2019, based on a review of the records, the department would have received 18 complaints of open burning, and for 2020 we received 27 complaints of open burning. So it has in fact increased. I believe it represents an increase of 50%, and so it is a situation that is of concern to us. It would be the public health nuisance regulations, which is under the Public Health Act, the Clean Air Act, and the Country Fires Act. The Public Health nuisance regulations and the Clean Air Act would focus on the emissions generated from burning, which we would classify as nuisances: smoke, fumes, gases, and so on. So those two regulations would focus on the emissions in particular. The Country Fires Act, I believe, would focus on agricultural crops and trash. So those are the regulations which readily comes to mind that govern the burning of waste. Open burning, like I said at the very outset, tends to severely affect persons with respiratory ailments. Open burning tends to induce certain respiratory conditions such as asthma, bronchitis, sinusitis, and other such conditions. And persons who are already suffering from these conditions would be devastated, would suffer even more greatly whenever burning takes place. So burning does in fact affect persons with respiratory conditions, particularly the elderly and children. In addition, burning tends to release certain emissions I mentioned before: smoke, nuisance, fumes, dust particles, and so on, which can reduce visibility. That therefore would have the potential to cause accidents. If you consider some time ago when Riverton City was on fire, I believe it would have been at one time, as a result of spontaneous combustion, persons on the hills and persons in close vicinity, persons in Portmore were severely affected. Persons on the hill, I believe, as far as Redis, were also affected. So, burning tends to release certain chemicals such as dioxins and furans, and those are in fact carcinogenic. So over time, if you continue to inhale those chemicals, there's a greater risk of getting cancer. At the same time, there are other chemicals which are released. There are lead, mercury, cadmium, and other kinds of heavy metals with the burning of particular types of waste, which definitely would have an adverse impact on human health.